Well, here we are again, and a little something different today. I hear a little tinkle, tinkle, tinkle of the doggy. He's coming. Oh, what you doing, Hopalong? Hmm? Gonna come up? Yeah? Alright. There we go. Oh, chuckle, 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 chuckle. There he is. Alright. Yeah, a little bit different today. I'm kind of looking at history and the Civil War, and it said that those who do not know history will more than likely repeat it. And so it has been in war after war after war. It seems like, we've been stuck in that for years. So anyway, I'm one of those who likes to look at the Civil War for a lot of reasons. But that was called the brother against brother war, and of course it was to abolish slavery. But the main thing that came out of that is there were a lot of technical advancements during that time in war. And so anyway, the one thing I remember, and here's hopefully you can see the picture, or the painting, I should say. That was called the War of Hampton Roads. And actually that was fought in a river, not in the ocean. And if you look, those are, a lot of them are frigates and everything else, but the main part of that battle, and this happened in March 7th and 8th of 1862. And in 1862, those were the times when the Ironclads were starting to come out. And what they would do is, of course, they'd go ahead and they would, in the case of the CSS Virginia, which was later called the Merrimac after they put iron plates on the whole outside of the hull of the ship. And of course those iron plates, they had so many guns that they were pretty much covered all the way around. And but the Union, not to be outdone, they came up with the Ironclad, the USS Monitor. And that Monitor was not a submarine, but it might as well have been, because the only thing sticking above water was just a little bit of the deck and the two-gun turret up on top. And the main battle of the Battle of Hampton Roads was between the Monitor and the Merrimac. And about the only thing that would happen, that battle lasted between the two of them, it went on for like 4 hours. Somewhere between 4 and 5 hours. And what they kept doing was, these are both running on steam power at the time also. And even the Monitor was under steam. But if you can imagine how hot it must have been inside where the men were, it was something else. And so that was bad enough. But then on top of that, you had to fire 2 cannons, and you're in this enclosed box when you're firing those. So the sound must have been terrible, and the heat totally unbearable. And yet they were doing this for like 4 or 5 hours. And so they had the worst of it. And still, the Virginia, the iron balls bounced off the Virginia from the Monitor, and because of the iron plates. And then the same thing happened with the Monitor. And the worst thing they did was they actually made a dent in the turret at the top. But that was it. That was during the entire thing, where they exchanged between both of them. That's all that happened. They never really They basically they called it a draw. Of course, each side said, "Oh no, ours is better," and the other one said, "Oh no, ours is better." Turned out it was a draw anyway. And but the other problem with the Monitor was it was not real seaworthy. In fact, later on, as it was leaving and it hit the ocean, actually, it did sink. It foundered and sank. But not from being hit by any shells or anything else. It was just a really bad design. So anyway, in honor of that, last night, and this is what this is all leading to, last night I happened to find this kit I had that I did not put together. And I decided, well, I'll go ahead and put it together and see what it looks like. So anyhow, I'll show you what I was working on. Come on, doggy, get down. I still have to paint them though. But if you look down there, you will see the Monitor and the Merrimac. The Merrimac's up here, and here's the Monitor. And so those are made out of wood, and that's what it was. I just glued those together last night. And so I still have to paint them. But in honor of this battle, I figured, well, I'll go ahead and build these. So I did that last night. But yeah, so there'll have to be a lot of painting done on these. But anyway, that's what I said. It's just, I wanted to do something different today, and that's what it was. Just give you a little bit of a history lesson about these two ships, and also just to show you what I put together. Anyhow, so that's going to be it for here. I'll talk to you guys later.